What's up, guys? It's Avenger Plays here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the 1.4 patch notes for the Division. Now, there are a few things that might be tweaked after the PTS, which the PTS I think is going on right now. I think it started yesterday for the PC players, or the privileged PC players. So let me start it out. We're starting with gear score. Now, the gear score is going to be changing not drastically, but it's going to be basically it's like one level lower. So let's say you have 191 gear. 191 is now going to be 163. Then 214 is now going to be 182. And then 240 is going to be 204. And then 268 is now going to be 229. So anything on the gear or weapons that you might see after the update will not change. The only thing that's changing is the difference, unless whatever that you use was buffed or nerfed, which I'll explain later in this video. So right now, scavenging has been removed from the game. Massive was trying to find a way to make it work with the game, and it just didn't work out, so they just completely took it out. When you first get on the Division, when 1.4 is officially released, your DPS will look very different. It'll be a huge difference. Well, maybe not a huge. You're gonna see a difference though. So the next thing is weapon buffs and nerfs. LMGs are going to be buffed and I think they tried to make them as powerful as assault rifles. So that's pretty cool that they're doing that. They're starting to, bring the LMGs into the Division. They're trying to make them more, towards the meta of the game. The MP7 and the M1A are going to be nerfed. So they're going to be nerfed, and everybody knows why too. I mean, the MP7 is very unfair, and the M1A is a very overpowered sniper. So all the non-meta weapons will seem sort of buffed, like the SRS sniper and the M249. It's because they want those guns that nobody really used to be part of the bigger picture. They want there to be like a huge variety of weapons for people and players to choose from. Now the next section is weapon mods. Now weapon mods will come with a guaranteed bonus and an equally high random bonus. So it's basically you're getting a set bonus, like a guaranteed whatever it is. Like let's say you want to go for fire rate or ammo size, magazine size, and then you'll get one random high bonus. So it won't be as good as the guaranteed, but it's still gonna be worth doing. They took out headshot XP bonus. Obviously, everybody has a reason why or knows why it's gonna be taken out, because it was absolutely useless. Once you reach level 30, it's useless. So they combined certain talents, or not talents, certain attributes that you can get on weapon mods. So horizontal stability, initial bullet stability, and stability are basically put into one. I think it's just gonna be called stability, and then that's it. And then accuracy, hip fire accuracy are now just accuracy. It's not going to be, two different things, so it's much easier to craft. All these mods that they are changing, all of them are going to be, all the ones that you have now are basically going to be re-rolled, because they don't want people to have really overpowered mods. Now, I'm going to say this probably a lot in this video. This is somewhat confirmed, but who knows what could happen after the PTS. They are definitely probably going to be tweaking things afterwards. So they might So this isn't, absolutely official. So the next section is armor. Now, survivability is now going to be coming from your armor instead of your health, because you actually are working like how an AI works, like how you have to go through their armor and then you go through their health. That's what they're going to do. Stamina now is the main source of toughness. So whatever your stamina is, like if you've got, crazy high stamina, and like there's some people that have like maybe like 4,000 stamina, but they only have like 430,000 toughness. So they're basically going to turn that into actual toughness. Armor value will have different results of damage mitigation depending on your world tier. So really, this is kind of self-explanatory, but basically, depending on what world you're in, your mitigation will basically change depending on how the AIs hit you. Okay, now this one is the next section is gear sets rebalancing. Now, a lot of people are not gonna like this, but it's definitely something that yeah. So two-piece is now not focused on damage bonuses. They have been changed to either accuracy, stability, or ammo capacity. So let's say you have, I guess, Sentry. Sentry is now going to be accuracy for the two-piece bonus. It's not going to be headshot damage. It's gonna vary. So I'm pretty sure all the gear sets from before, I don't know if they will stay the same or they will just completely just change all of it. But those are the options after 1.4. 5-piece bonuses have been removed. So it's now 4-piece. So you can now wear like Sentry and then 2-piece Striker. And you'll have like the full bonus of what a Sentry does without having 5 pieces on it, because I guess Massive realized how completely unfair that was to make it even, because you could do even more damage if it's a 5-piece set. So they kind of made that mistake by doing that. The 4-piece bonus, like I said before, it's been rebalanced, so it's, compatible to use. Skills. Skill power increased from electronics. So whatever your skill power is going to be so different from what it is now in 1.4. So, like, maybe if you have 15,000, I would say skill power, you probably would get about maybe 25,000 instead, or 30,000. I mean, it's a really big buff for skill power. But it's not a huge, like, it's everything does the same thing. They just increase the amount of skill power you can have. Skill power will not scale linear. So basically, it's not going to change the way you look at how skill power works. I mean, everything is going to... So let's say you have a sticky bomb, 40,000 is the maximum, I guess, max sticky bomb. And, they might put it up to like 60, and then you'll be at 60 then, So the next thing is skill power has been rebalanced to fit the changes and making them a part of the meta. So certain skills, so like one of them is first aid. First aid is no longer allowing for multiple heals due to a bug. So let's say I shoot an overheal or an overdose down, and I run into it. I can only get the heal once from it. I can't roll in and out of it to try to get more health and stuff out of it. So, and the next one is first aid healing has been increased. You will now be healed instantly. So this unbelievable delay that we used to have to deal with the overdose and pretty much any type of first aid, it's now going to be instant. So there's not going to be delay or anything like that. Smart cover is now more for defense. So instead of increasing your weapon damage, it's going to give you better stability and I guess accuracy. Pulse critical high damage has been lowered to balance for new AIs. So yeah, that would be kind of ridiculous if we could have the pulse right now and go against those low level AIs. Oh man. Ballistic shield and support station have been given more health. So I'm pretty sure, I think there's a new gear set that's supposed to come out in like a couple of months that is going to have to do with the ballistic shield, so they might have to nerf that, or maybe depending on how it works with the ballistic shield. So and then many bugs with skills have been fixed. So like anything else that they that wasn't like a huge deal for the entire community, they're just making it simple. We fixed some of the bugs. Signature skills. Survival Link damage mitigation has been nerfed from 80% to 50%. And time having the link from 15 seconds to 12. So, yeah, it's definitely, we all know why. Because Survival Link it was, like, I was looking at this graph that they were showing, and it was like, I think Survivor Link was at 70% of the meta. Like, it was just, man, everybody used it. So other signature skills have been buffed. So Recovery Link has increased range and can revive dead teammates outside the Dark Zone. So outside, not inside, outside the Dark Zone. Solo, when you're playing solo and you use the Recovery Link outside of the Dark Zone, it will save you if it is equipped and is able to be used. So let's say I'm just about to die, or if I get down, I think it'll automatically use the signature skill and I will be revived. So that's a pretty cool thing that they've added. Tactical Link damage buff has been lowered to 30% instead of 50%. So, and the critical chance buff has been removed. So you're not going to get any critical hit chance. It's just going to be basically like a damage buff. And 3 new buffs were added. Weapon RPM, I think using the Tactical Link, the weapon RPM is increased, the reloading speed is increased, and your weapon stability. So weapon damage is kind of out of the picture right now for the Tactical Link, even though it basically before it was meant for damage, and now it's more meant for like how fast you're hitting them and how accurate you are. Consumables change. Special ammo has been changed, so if using fire, it will not set players on fire. So I know that kind of sounds like it kind of contradicts the reason for having fire bullets, but it basically, it's and explosive bullets, it won't stagger the player, so they won't trip over themselves and all that anymore. So, and really, the reason they did this, or not the reason, it's because, and I guess the way it's going to work after is it's going to depend on your exotic damage resilience, on how much damage it's going to do. So they're starting to basically turn this into, I guess, let's say you could compare the fire bullets and the explosive to like a sticky bomb. It's exotic damage resilience, and you use, let's say, final measure, or the 2-piece final measure, you get 50% exotic damage resilience. So it's a pretty, it's a pretty big nerf. But now you guys all have to put this in perspective, that everything has been lowered, like everything. That's why it sounds like it's so crazy that they're, like, why are they buffing, whatever, or why are they nerfing smart cover or anything like that. So just you gotta give it a chance. You gotta see if because they can always change it. They're gonna be dealing with this for a while, so because they want people to start playing their game more often and wanting them to play. So that's pretty much it, guys. just I will leave, I guess, the link of where I got this information, which is the division website. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching.